Okay. Oh, I wasn't gonna start meetings like that, sorry. I got tired of hearing me say that, as he was downloading all the videos.
Because you said it every time?
Yeah, apparently.
No, it was Ed's. Okay, folks.
Oh,
That was
mine.
that.
Oh,
No,
geez.
no.
Oh, I don't feel so bad now.
No, because yours was only the last, what, 5-6 months?
Yeah, true.
No.
True. Yeah. Well, this is the select board workshop, again, very unstructured. We're here until just before 6, when we'll cut this off and then go to our broadcast of our meeting at 6. So I'm still trying to figure out this system. And this last pass does not do anything, then I don't know what to do.
Oh, for the Facebook thing?
Yep.
Yeah. So, does it work on yours? We went on mine and looked at Facebook for Go Live, and it worked
Oh,
on this.
yeah.
So if you go to yours and see if it works, why is it not working on that one?
Do you have a Facebook account?
Yep.
Yeah, any Facebook account.
I have the town one.
Okay.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that needs to be changed because it's still offline.
Oh, it's not going to work though right now because we're live on that one.
Doesn't matter, just use your local camera.
Well, no, but I won't be able
That's
to,
right.
yeah,
We're already- yeah.
because we're already going
They
live.
send, either they send a request, or they send you
Yeah.
a copy of the bill.
Yeah, good.
And we just give them
But
the amount to
I-
do, so don't.
I feel like I looked at it before and I think it would have
Last year,
let me
I don't
Yeah.
think
when we were having all the problems.
So it's just
So-
not support?
So that's, should we let Chris know?
There's
that
a mutual
one-
agreement,
Dan,
Danielle,
Guesses, I don't know, he might have some ideas.
What they've done in the past, they'll send them
I mean, he
letter to
ordered
ask,
them and,
We purchased this amount, could you please send us a donation? So it sounds like it's more for equipment.
It shouldn't be though.
Yeah, or maybe it's just for that one department.
No, it's the town voted to do all 3 stations, pay 2,000 for each.
But in the past, they've always sent something that they purchased and then they wanted reimbursement.
Do we need to rewrite the article then?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you like to look at there?
I don't know if there's anything I need to look at. Warrant.
So what was how did, if EcoMaine wasn't sending us invoices via email, how, we just never got any? Is that?
Usually they were sending them and I was forwarding them. She doesn't like getting invoices through the email. And she probably just didn't see it. Because they send like 3 or 4 emails and they're all blank except for 2 of them.
Oh, I remember, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, I remember.
So, this is our last plow payments of the season.
One more to go.
Hopefully no more snow to go.
I know. Somebody did say something about Thursday, but.
Do either of you have a contact at DOT when we tried to do sidewalks before?
I don't.
No.
I'll see if I can find an email for you.
Okay.
In a couple of years.
Yeah.
Yeah, Maya and I made the contacts and then we met down in front of the Stanley Building and Bobby did.
Okay. Because I was looking into the Village Partnership Initiative grant, and you've got to call somebody from the DOT's Bureau of Planning to like initiate that process.
Yeah.
And then I checked with Danielle, and she said there's about 20,000 in the sidewalk reserve account.
And a couple of years ago, we needed 30.
Yeah,
Our match, yeah.
gotcha.
Let's see.
And I don't know if some of the holdup was on supposedly the mill, what was gonna happen with that, and because they need to do some reconstruction.
It was because
the
of that.
insurance and the bakery.
Yep.
Their turn there, big trucks can't get down in there, so they gotta move the telephone pole and, yeah, so I think that was part of why we held out, plus we didn't have the money at the time, so they've been putting aside 5,000 every budget year since then.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it's a good time to ask then, if we've got to, because if it's still 30, then we only need,
Oh, I guarantee you it's
Yeah.
not 30
I'll
anymore.
bet it's more than 30 also.
But what are you gonna do about that area there? Just not do it, or what? Do it?
We just have
dig
to
it?
do it. If they dig it up, they gotta fix it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
we can't
already,
wait forever.
No, especially for them, no.
it's a road, and
It's
that
a
was the
private
issue.
road. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, certainly sidewalks go across, you know, like can have two ADA compliant edges on, you know, and then nothing where the road is.
I don't even think there is a sidewalk right there anyway. I think it's right in front of the, come to think of it, it's right in front of the insurance company. I think that's where it starts.
Yeah, it probably doesn't pick back up until the
There's a
Stanley
couple of
building.
houses, yeah.
Well, no, the small building after that.
Yeah.
But because there's parking in front of
Right.
there's
There's no space.
there, and then there's parking in front of, the next, the two buildings.
And the
right next to
engineer
Mill
was
Street.
very, very helpful.
yep.
Yeah, he was, so,
Yeah, if you've got that email, send it on over.
yeah.
Yeah, so we'd be looking at starting it. The old bug jet building.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the Village Partnership Initiative sets aside $1 million a year for projects like that.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, nice.
hopefully it's something that we'd qualify for.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shoot, I can't try this right now either. Oh, well. Have to wait on that. Let's
Right, there was the issue, remember, of the pole, that utility pole that's on Mill Street?
Yeah. Okay.
Can you see this, Dave? And I don't know if you can see it, Aaron, from where you are, in front of Chalmers there.
Yeah.
You know, so even if we were to just, you know, from here
Mm-hmm.
all the way back to,
Because there's no sidewalks in front of the daycare, the bakery.
there's parking there, so, see all
Yeah,
that?
there's no sidewalks there.
And then it's not too bad from there.
Going from the insurance towards the old town office, it's got some bad areas. It's good in front of the town office, didn't they? Yeah.
Yeah, I think we'd want to look at that. Yeah, more than that, but
We also need to have, that one on the bridge that needs to be corrected, because it's not ADA compliant.
I don't think we could do anything with it.
Yeah, we
Oh, that's the
can't,
state.
Yeah.
right, and you can't put a crosswalk there anyway. There's definitely an ADA compliant ramps, 2 of them, 2 sets of them. One
Are
where
you
our,
talking about a crosswalk?
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
okay,
I'm
now-
talking about the ADA down by, right by the bridge.
Okay, a crosswalk?
No, it's a sidewalk, yeah, the
Okay.
people can
Yeah.
get across with a wheelchair. But
Okay.
according to the engineer, it's not ADA
Yeah,
compliant.
it's not wide enough, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I doubt that anybody is gonna do anything about that.
Yeah.
Because that would cut into the traffic.
Yeah, and the big thing was the sight distance from that too.
Well, that's a crosswalk you're talking about there.
Right,
You're
it's not a
talking sight
sidewalk.
distance.
Yeah.
Sight distance is crosswalk.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Sorry.
that's right.
Yeah, we probably want to go down and walk that and see.
Yeah.
If we get that far. See that this might be a possibility.
Well, Aaron, I will keep looking, and if I can't find it, I'll contact DOT tomorrow.
Okay.
When they switched my system here, he didn't bring over my old emails sitting on the mainframe, wherever it is. Chris didn't bring over the emails. Here's a picture of what, well, if you can see it, and I'll forward it to you. Okay, so this took place, in 21 and 22. Alright, so I'm gonna send you what I have on that.
Sounds good.
Parsons Field is looking at a 5.5% increase in the school payments. 5.5. $116,000.
I have no idea what's gonna be happening in the next couple of years with funding.
Yep,
Jeez, it's scary.
it is. Enrollment is supposedly way down in the high school, which may be due to homeschooling. I like that it says proposed budget.
It still gets voted on by
Mm-hmm.
towns.
Does anyone else want this information?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Sidewalks.
Sure.
Sidewalks? Okay, sure.
Million.
Huh. So at the time, Deb, where'd it go? At the time, that picture of the sidewalk area to be repaired was only in front, if that's what they meant by the way they outlined it with a marker. It was only in front of the old restaurant, the daycare, Sugar and Spice. Didn't even
I don't know.
Didn't even include in front of
Jen, I don't know
Chalmers.
if one time there might have been a sidewalk in front of the daycare and bakery, but I don't recall.
Interesting.
I wonder, that square,
Yeah,
I don't think anything was gonna happen inside that square.
okay, oh, not happening.
I don't think so,
That's kind of what we would probably have to do now, too. Did you see it, Aaron?
because there's no sidewalks
looked at it.
there.
Okay.
But the other attachments, Jen, might have something, I haven't looked at them all. Okay, I got on the email, one of the emails, that I sent Aaron has the name of the engineer.
Okay.
School budget.
Yes, a couple names there.
Do either of you know if we've gotten a figure from O'Donnell's for what they're gonna charge us for doing the annual assessing for this year? And then stopping on October 31st?
Yeah, well. Let's see, have we budgeted?
I haven't seen
Did
any.
they give us a quote? Yeah, I'm not sure, Andrew,
Okay.
frankly. I have not gotten in touch with John, I will.
I started to put some of the contracts and stuff that we've got, and then some of like into a spreadsheet. So like I've got like all the individual emails and what we pay, so that we'll know like, all right, for email we need $747.48.
Mhm.
You know, we know for Civic Plus we know we're gonna need just shy of 500, or no, just over 4,000. Sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Not 500.
500?
Sorry, looking too many numbers on this
Yeah,
here.
yeah. Yeah, okay, all right.
And then Trio Web. So do I understand that right? That we'll pay for the web, which is the 3,000,
Mhm.
and then we'll continue to pay for the annual software, dog maintenance. Those,
Yeah, all of the modules have
Okay.
an annual cost.
yeah,
Yes,
and those will, yeah,
yeah, those aren't going away.
no.
Do we have any idea what their CEO module would cost in comparison to what Jesse's looking at now?
I don't think
Cloud
they had it
Connect. priced. No.
when we had that demo.
They have a CEO module.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's all about, but I was just thinking
Okay.
in comparison to whatever. What's Jesse looking at now? Cloud permit, something?
That was the name, yeah, in that email. I feel like Civic Plus has one too.
Is one more.
Has a CEO module. Um, Mass and Recreation. Process automation. Software for all needs related to codes and ordinances. Deliver your code ordinances via web, mobile, print, Civic Plus, municipal code codification. Codification, recodification, supplementation, and republication services.
What's going on?
Sit. Sit down. Sit down. Sit. Sit. What do you do? No.
Oh, that's just for code, publishing code and changing codes and, yeah. Chatbot integration.
The guy always taking his jacket, and I was. He pulled it over next to his.
that's the one. Community development. Yeah, this has like, you're able to apply and pay for permits and licensing online. Current licensing, permitting software, cloud-based, fully mobile.
Who's that with?
Oh no, this is with Civic Plus.
Oh,
Because I thought I remembered reading about it. Okay, create and manage building and reconstruction applications, document reviews, invoices, payments, contractor credentials, property records, new subdivisions, plats, checklists, site plans, scheduling. Now I gotta go find that list from now. How much it was. Website. And proposal. Was that called community development? Migration, service, pay, text message, chat. Okay. Not listed, but create and manage license applications and renewals, contractor credentials, payments and inspections, track code complaints and violations from request, inspection, to resolution, schedule and conduct one-time and periodic fire and life safety inspections and issue enforcement actions. So it sounds like it's similar to what's out there.
mm-hmm.
They have a little fact sheet out.
Oh, you got a haircut, huh? I didn't even notice that before.
I let them out again.
That's good.
You wanna go out now? No, come here, come here.
Yeah, and the advantage of that one, obviously, as long as all things are equal, is it would be integrated into our website.
Right.
So, I will,
I think that would work, but, you know, who knows what the added cost is.
that's always the question, right? Oh, where'd it go? Oh. crosswalks. It looks like it's a lot of information on crosswalks and not a lot on sidewalks. Yeah, either way. Gives me a name. Whether or not they're still still at the DOT after
Exactly.
3 or 4 years. Did either of you get a chance to look over the ads that I had sent over? For
We
edits or
actually-
anything?
Yeah. We can't do anything with the trash. I don't remember if that was one or not.
No.
No, it wasn't. Okay. If we're gonna do the furnace, we gotta figure out how we're gonna pay for it.
Yep.
And, let's see, did we have funding for the stove hookup? Remember, we were gonna use,
For ARPA, there's not much left in ARPA funds.
yeah,
Yeah,
so we have to figure out how we're gonna pay for that.
yep.
I gotta go back and take a look.
Removing the boiler and
No,
the old Merrill Hill,
yeah,
and then the septic wiring, which we found out
yeah.
may or may not need to be done.
Right, I need to get confirmation on
Yeah.
that, but yeah, yeah. So do we have funding for the furnace removal? Is there funding for the townhouse? I'm asking because I don't know.
I don't know where it would come from, because we don't have a, wouldn't that be like a building?
Reserve.
We don't have a separate townhouse budget.
Right. And that one, it should be furnace removal. That's not a boiler. It's a hot air furnace.
Gotcha. Did you just send the
Is this
expert?
giving people enough time to, I mean, if we're putting bids out and they have to come by to look, to do
Yeah,
an
they're gonna wanna
estimate?
sometimes be able to look at it.
Um, we got one comment on, meeting, the workshop for today. I have no idea what it means. Hive mind. H-I-V-E, mind, M-I-N-D. No idea what it means.
Nope.
It may be the same person. We got all those attachments this morning.
It doesn't say what the
This
name
person's
is.
name, yeah. But I can't pronounce it.
And you sent over the correction in the ad for the grounds maintenance, right? That the cleanup would include,
Yep,
okay.
it's going in. We need to talk about when we want it. We put it in this week's, and then it's due on the 28th. So do we want it in again next week, the 16th, or wait until the 23rd? 23rd might be pushing the time limit.
So it'll come out Wednesday,
Yep.
and then if it were to come out on the 23rd, so the one that's coming out already has the deadline of April 28th on it, right? Okay. I think it should come out next week as well. On the 16th?
Okay. Yeah, we want to run it one more time
Right.
at least, yeah.
Yeah, as opposed to the 23rd, which
Yeah.
would be pushing it.
Okay.
And what, the special town meeting ad is going out on,
Well, we need to put the warrant together. We were talking about doing that at Thursday's workshop.
this coming Thursday?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah, 'cause
okay.
it's gotta go,
Then it'll go in on Monday. Well, I know
Yeah.
the time, okay,
it'll go in the 16th and the 23rd.
okay. So we heard from Parsons Field Heating, but we didn't hear from JP Carroll yet.
Haven't heard yet,
Okay.
no. But again, we didn't really put out a formal request. It doesn't have any kind of deadline on it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then for the funding, the municipal building general fund. Once the heat gets taken, the heat part that's in there and should be up above gets moved to where it's supposed to be, then that account would have plenty of money to cover that removal. Because the budget for that's 10 and we've only expended like just over 3,000.
So you have one that's just for the stove and one that's for heating and stove, right?
Yes.
Okay. Do we need additionally partial with the installation of a propane stove, installation is placing, loving the stove, connecting propane lines, testing to ensure. Do we need both of those then? Both
Well, I did that after we received the Parsonsfield heating one because it includes both.
Mm-hmm. Maybe we just don't need the stove one then, since we have one ad that's asking for both.
Yeah. No, I just didn't know which way we wanted to go, so.
Keep two separate, one stove, one heating? Or is that for the
That
old?
really doesn't make sense though,
To what?
with the gas line.
Right,
That
'cause
needs
it-
to be run. Yeah.
So they should both be.
That's gonna be a big expense.
Yep.
Yeah.
So just,
So just the combined one?
yes, does it say anything about getting rid of the old boiler?
The sheet that I had said that.
Said that, okay.
Yes.
Because Merrill Hill says qualified bid should include price for the removal and disposal. I don't actually see it on,
I can add it.
okay.
Yeah.
I don't see it on the combined one. Removal of the old boiler. And then were we going to try and find maybe somebody to buy the electric stove?
It's not working real well, although, I don't know, something like that might be worth $100.
Yeah,
Maybe more.
yeah. I mean, it's a nice stove.
Yeah.
I think I would go in and test all the burners myself as well.
Mhm.
Put a pot of water on it, see how long it takes to boil, that kind of
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I think I turned on like the front left one and that one worked.
I believe that they all do work.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just thinking that, you know, Saban said that they just weren't heating as well as they should be.
Mhm.
The oven definitely works.
Yep.
Yeah, that's better than I thought, so
Yeah,
it should be worth something.
so I'm good with them.
So I just added that qualified bid should include removal and disposal of the existing boiler and materials, and then that the old stove will not be removed from the premises.
But the old dishwasher is still in there, and we actually use it like a counter on the Wednesdays that there's a community cafe. You know, because there's not much counter space in there.
Yeah.
So they use it for, you know, which I'm fine leaving it there until whatever.
Yep.
I don't know if it's a bulky waste pickup item or,
I don't know.
I don't know either.
Hey, because you wouldn't have to worry about Freon or anything like that.
It's pretty heavy duty. I mean, it's pretty heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heavy duty and heavy. Can you toss that flagpole stuff back at me?
Yep.
So we should probably just kind of talk about that too. I think the cheapest one I saw on Amazon was $19. $12.99 at Ace Hardware, $10.98 at Lowe's, $10.98 at Home Depot. Does, with Wyndham Lowe's says, do they do a delivery? It says they have a delivery. Or free pickup. $2.98, 36 available. And those are less than Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of a lot of difference from $10.98 to $19.98, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah. I mean, I don't even mind taking the truck and go picking them up. I want to order them from, you know, I'm up in North Conway all the time, so,
There's a Lowe's up there.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Should be
Yeah.
able to order them up there.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
have a 10% discount. at Lowe's. I think it's 10%. It's a government discount.
Would you be able to order from Lowe's in North Conway? With that?
I don't know why not.
Well, you just order, and if they're
Put
gonna
that
be
in.
out for pickup, then you say where it's gonna be.
Mm.
Is that what you're
Yeah,
looking
but
at doing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Probably wouldn't get the tax exemption though.
why not?
New
Well,
Hampshire
New
doesn't
Hampshire
have
doesn't
any.
have
New
tax,
Hampshire,
yeah,
Yeah.
yep.
You gonna be in tomorrow,
Probably not,
Wednesday?
yes.
Okay. I'll order it then,
Okay,
see if it works.
okay, yeah, no, that sounds good. The town credit card has a nonprofit, no tax, or just a nonprofit associated with it as well, so.
Yeah,
Yeah, well-
those things you still have to set up a
Yes.
nonprofit account.
And we do on Amazon, but I think that's the only
Yeah.
place. And Webstaurant. But, all right, we'll see what we can do on Wednesday. Province Lake Golf people are supposedly picking up the lockers on Wednesday morning.
Okay.
And I have a
Maybe
Zoom.
Person powered.
You know, let me text and see, yeah.
And the person that was working on them knows not to because he was here Thursday after our workshop. And that he was ready to, he was gonna move them all into this room. And I had to stop him, so.
Yeah, I emailed him or texted him even before, emailed him before
Yeah.
then. But then again, he said he didn't get my email earlier too, so.
Yeah. Don't know.
Hmm.
I just saw that since then that the hot water and cold water are now visible.
Yes,
Yeah, they have them.
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh, they have been?
yeah, they
Oh,
have,
okay.
yeah, yep.
I had gone
The
down.
first section got all banged up, so they took that one, I think, to CIA, right?
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we'll need to build a cover for that, those two drain valves.
Well, Eric Frey does some pretty nice finished carpentry from what I hear, so. Jesse had somebody who's interested in a section too. I'm gonna see if he still is. Let's see here. Somebody from the boys' camp was here, Jesse said, and they would have taken all of them.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I really thought I had sent an email to Trevor. Oh, I did. I sent this last. On the 27th of March. Not last week, but the week before, so I never heard anything, so. So is that, the website was updated with the mowing bid? Is that-
Yes.
Okay. And then the other ones are, okay, Saban says that he will be coming by tomorrow just to see how heavy they are, so he can have enough people. Probably, he said it's probably gonna make him a couple of trips. Okay.
So did you guys look at this bridge report?
I did.
Yep.
Are they recommending something, or is this just the status?
The only recommendation was there's a guardrail that's
Mashed.
all mashed in on one end.
But I don't see a recommendation. I see 2 approach rails flattened, right approach turn lane headed north significantly damaged. But I also see a whole bunch of cracks and
I know we've had a bridge report in the past that had made recommendations, because when we were doing the comp plan, doing the comprehensive plan, we used it.
yeah, I mean, there's an implied
Right.
action there, but these people usually say this is what should be done.
The one we got last year gave an itemized list of deficiencies, and the bridge and guardrail deficiencies should be addressed as soon as practical to ensure continued safe use. And so they did, it's not that they, this is last year's.
The same bridge?
No, different
Okay,
bridges,
yeah,
right?
Different bridges, yeah.
So that's how they worded it. Okay.
Yep. So this is just a status. Routine inspection, actually, it says at the top.
And I don't see that it says, the structures with a condition rating of poor or have substandard bridge and approach rail systems will receive a certified letter notifying you about the deficiencies and will describe the areas of concern. That letter comes in the next couple of months. So maybe it's the heads up.
And is the rating on this inspection report?
It says inspection report routine and does not,
I haven't seen it, but
didn't see,
I've been through it 3 times.
designated inspection frequency, sufficiency rating, whatever that there's no
There was a
explanation.
sufficiency rating of 55.9.
Yeah, but what does that really mean?
Right. Is that out of 60 or is that out of like 1,000?
Right.
It's an appraisal.
And there's a condition, fair.
Yeah,
Okay, but not, I don't see poor anywhere.
right below that, well, 2 below that is appraisal, structural.
Yep, I see that.
Valuation is 5, deck geometry is 4. Now, I don't know if those are relating. Yeah, I don't know. Well, we're gonna call it an inspection report. As it is labeled.
Traffic safety free, then below that, above, on the appraisal, it says traffic safety feature on the left, and then it goes through railings and transitions, does not meet acceptable standards.
There's a condition. Deck is a 5, fair condition. Superstructure 5, fair condition. Substructure 5, fair condition. Channel and channel protection, bank eroded, major damage.
Jeez, they didn't mention this one last year, did they? Nope.
Guess we will wait for the certified letter to tell us.
Yes. What about our checklist, our cannabis checklist? I like how you put it together. And I sent an email to MMA asking about having a public hearing along with the special town meeting if we want to amend our ordinance to change wording from section, one word, instead of saying complete by the town clerk, it would be saying complete by the select board. So it would just be one word change in the ordinance as an amendment.
Yeah.
I haven't heard back from them.
Okay.
'Cause if the ad didn't go in yet, so we'll hear by Thursday, so, yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with the checklist as is.
It hasn't changed from last week, right?
No.
Okay, yeah, then I'm good with it.
With town forms like that, what's the process usually? Do you have to approve town forms or?
Yeah.
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 Well, and I would like to see, like, even at the bottom, just a date that we approved it on,
Yeah.
because,
Yeah.
you know, all the ones that we look at in the notebooks, you have no clue.
Yep.
You want to see that on the checklist or on the?
On any and everything. But yeah, on the checklist.
Yeah. I mean, I think, you know, if somebody comes in and asks for an application, they could get both of these, because then they would know what they have to submit, right?
Right.
So it could be 2 pieces of paper stapled together, and then I'd put the approval on both pieces. Although we did this cannabis business application a while back. I can go back.
So should the bottom one, instead of being signature of town clerk, should it be signature of town clerk and then date application is determined complete? Is that what you're looking for? I don't understand.
No,
what
you just
you-
want a date
Oh.
specifying what version
Okay,
this
like
application
today,
is.
today, the select board
Yeah.
approved this paperwork as being acceptable. Does that make sense to you?
You're both saying two different things, I
Well,
think.
she's getting a little more, you're getting a little more verbose, but we're saying the same thing. You
You're
want the
calling me
date that it's
verbose.
approved.
The date that it's
Not-
approved
not-
by the select
Not the
board?
submission, the
Right,
application format.
right, form approved.
Yes,
Format approved on.
Gotcha.
there you go.
Which I will add, assuming today's date.
We could even have, let's see, if we did change it to, so, you know what we don't have on the application, though? Town of Parsonsfield adult use of medical cannabis business. Application is date.
Should
Yep.
definitely be there.
Yep. We could put it next to, on the other side of the application fee paid.
So I'm looking at other stuff. Let me
Okay.
pick that up.
Yep. No worries. Maybe Aaron would do it since you're, probably have it opened already.
What are you looking for?
On the application, not the checklist, but on the business application, a place for date. For the date. Date received.
Yeah, no, she's talking date received.
Well, these would be received together, right?
Yes,
So there's a time and date received on the second page.
but that's not gonna be passed in yet. That would not be, somebody can come and grab the paperwork and they would fill out the cannabis business application right away. They wouldn't have to, but they could, right? That's what they've been doing. And then, when they have their paperwork together for the facility licensing ordinance, then they would hand in their checklist.
But we're not gonna be accepting, at least in my mind, we're not gonna be accepting applications unless they're complete
Put it on our Facebook
by
page.
the applicants'
Hide mine.
uh,
I had to look it up.
That's why,
understanding. And complete means all that stuff.
right, and that's what the
So-
checklist is about.
Okay, but you said we may get the application, they may turn that in, and then the other stuff, but we don't want it like that.
No, they don't have to,
Oh.
they don't have to turn this in, but if they, the application, we've had applicants, they picked this application up.
Yeah.
And then paid a fee, right? And then they've picked up the applications for, at the time, it was a site plan review, and,
Okay.
yeah, so it was a different date. The
Okay,
date that they filled out their application for what they were doing
yeah,
was different than submitting their
Right, yeah.
complete application.
yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes
Yeah.
sense. I mean, I still look at it as ideally we get everything together.
Together.
Yeah, but that's an ideal world, I guess.
And that's fine, if they, that can work too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He sleeps up there. I need to get in the crowd.
All right, well, we need to end our workshop here.
Oh my gosh, where does the time go anyway?
All right, folks, we're ending our workshop. We'll be back in 5 minutes for our select board meeting. Thanks.
Danielle, did Judy Psyche give you that little funny